If you can write a sentence, you can write 5 sentences, which make a paragraph. And if you can write one paragraph, you can write 5 paragraphs, which make an essay. 5 paragraphs, essay. Easy. This group of paragraphs must express only one idea, and all the sentences in the essay must support that one main idea. It has to have an introduction, a body, a conclusion. Those are the 3 components. The introduction has 1 paragraph, the body usually has 3 paragraphs, and the conclusion again is 1 paragraph. Think of it as a human being. The introduction is the brains, the head, the idea. It's where you make your point. The body, or the 3 body paragraphs, support that point. And finally, the conclusion is what gives it legs to stand on, to finish and conclude and summarize your points. Without these 3 things, you wouldn't be a very good human being because your body would fall apart. Your introduction has a job. It has to capture the reader's interest, it has to introduce the topic, and it has to make a claim or express your opinion in what's called a thesis sentence. It usually is a minimum of 3 to 5 sentences. Now, to capture your reader's interest, let's look at these 2 sentences. A strange trend in northern Saskatchewan has adults choosing to be homeschooled graduates. Or, in this essay, I will explain how online learning is helping Northerners graduate. Which sentence sounds more interesting? Obviously the first one. You want to capture the reader's interest and avoid boring sentences. You also want to make sure that you don't say words that make the reader feel like a child. For example, in this essay, I will explain, or I'm going to show, or I'm going to write about. Those types of phrases are kindergarten stuff. Introduce the topic. The next few sentences should help you flow from your capturing their interest to the thesis. This is the one I came up with. In the past, there was little to no educational options for Northerners who preferred to stay in their small, isolated communities. As a result, graduates were far and few between as they had to move to urban centers to complete their diplomas. And you can see there's a little bit of a transition there. Next, make a claim or express your opinion in a thesis sentence. It should be clear and provide the goal that you want and your point of view. So this is the one I came up with. Today, with the help of technology, Northerners are able to upgrade and complete the high school requirements for post-secondary with more choice, flexibility from within their own homes. So you can see that my opinion is that they have more choice, they have more flexibility, and they can do it from within their own homes. So those 3 ideas in the thesis sentence are going to be directly related to my body paragraphs. My first body paragraph, my second body paragraph, and my third body paragraph. In your body paragraphs, keep them limited to that one main idea. So I came up with choice, flexibility, and in your own home. Make sure you don't jump back and forth between those 3 topics. Try and stay on topic so that your whole essay will flow. Each of these body paragraphs should be 5 to 7 sentences, and they should all have an introduction and a conclusion. So let's say the first main idea, the first body paragraph, is on choice. I could say something like, many students in the North are not given a lot of choice when it comes to choosing high school classes. And then I could use a transition. Furthermore, the choices are pretty much picked for them. The basics are only provided. And I could say, naturally, this does not allow Northern students to take the classes that they want to take for their post-secondary requirements. So that's an example for the first main idea. The second main idea was flexibility. So we could start off with an introduction saying something like, Flexibility is one of the greatest things that online learning has to offer. You can use a transition. In fact, I was able to take my classes online and still work full-time. As a result, I received a second degree and I was able to be a full-time worker and a full-time mother and a part-time student. And then you can make your conclusion for that second paragraph. Your third main idea is within their own homes. So you can say, for example, people enjoy learning from within their own homes. Naturally, they use laptops or desktops. In fact, many places in the north have high-speed internet now, which makes it quite easy for them to take online classes, something like that. And then you have your conclusion, which is also a paragraph, and it summarizes your main points. You have to be very careful that you don't just say the introduction again over word for word, because the readers will not like this. It's almost like watching a movie and then at the very end of the movie, you're watching the beginning all over again. You don't like that. You'll feel ripped off. So make sure that you switch it up a bit, change the wording around a bit, but you're still able to summarize your main points. The last thing you want to do is check it over. So read over your first draft, and see if everything flows well from the thesis statement. So, for example, you might find that all your body paragraphs are very strong and they support your ideas, but the thesis is just a little bit off. Maybe it's too long or it's too wordy, or your one key idea doesn't fit, so you take it out and you can simply replace it, or you can replace it with a body paragraph. So you're able to pick and choose what you want to keep and what you don't need, or fine-tune it. By doing this, you will ensure that every sentence in your essay supports, proves, or reflects your thesis. Remember, if you can write a sentence, you can write an essay.